Yo, what's going on, Nerdcore? I hope y'all are having a marvelous day. Quick reminder, we're doing a giveaway for a year of Disney Plus on us once we hit 1,000 subs. So subscribe and drop a like.
Because that's what heroes do.
Alright, so this episode we're talking America Chavez, recently spotted in the second post-credit scene of Spider-Man No Way Home and the teaser for Doctor Strange 2, The Multiverse of Madness. America, aptly dubbed Miss America, will most likely play a major role in the upcoming film because aside from having super strength, speed, agility, and the ability to fly, she has one power that's going to have to come into play. That power is the ability to kick and punch star-shaped portals through reality, letting her travel the multiverse at will. She does become Captain America in an alternate timeline, but little is known about her time as Cap, which I'll get to, but let's dive into her main continuity origin first. America was born and raised on Planeta Fuertona in the Utopian Parallel, a reality created by the Demiurge that exists outside of time, space, and the multiverse itself as we know it. The Demiurge, a multi-dimensional being made purely from the energy of Earth's creation, is essentially the Earth's sentient biosphere who imbued America with her powers. When America was nearly 6 years old, the world she knew it was threatened by an unknown force. Black holes began appearing in the skies above this perfect world, pulling her reality into the multiverse. As her and her friends look up in disbelief, her mothers, Amalia and Elena, sacrifice themselves to seal the black holes, resulting in their essences being scattered across the multiverse. Seeing the heroism of her mother sparked something inside of her that day. Knowing that her utopia no longer needed saving and determined to honor her mother's sacrifice, she decided to become a hero in her own right, and against the wishes of her guardians, she dives into one of the last holes of existence before it closes. In the main Marvel universe, the Santana family is out stargazing on Jones Beach in New York City when they find America washed up on the shore. The Santanas always wanted another child themselves, so they took her in as their own. Over the next few years, America would regain her memory and become a small-time vigilante, adopting the name Miss America. Against her parents' wishes, she would fight crime and supervillains in and around Washington Heights where she was raised. But like all angsty teens, she begins to fight with her parents who really just wanted her to keep a low profile to avoid bringing any consequences from her charades back to their home. America loved her adopted parents, but she knew deep down that her destiny was to be a hero. One day, after a heated argument with her parents, in a rage, she renounces the Santana name and reclaims her true last name, Chavez. America would go on to join various teams as she traversed the multiverse, living up to her dream of becoming a superhero. Teams like the Teen Brigade, where she originally debuted, Young Avengers, A-Force, and the Ultimates, though it wouldn't be long before the world she knew would be rocked once more. After becoming a well-known and formidable hero in the ranks of the superhero community, her powers began to unexpectedly fail her during a battle with some giant mutant moles. Luckily, Kate Bishop and her girlfriend Ramon are there to back her up. While being forced to deal with the new uncertainty of her abilities, she's alerted that there's something going down back in her old neighborhood. America portals home to discover that her home has been set ablaze and trapped within a force field. When she arrives, she finds Spider-Man trying to figure out just what's going on. Desperately hoping her powers don't fail her now of all times, she shatters the force field and rushes to save her family from the blaze, while Spidey evacuates all the residents. America saves her family just in the nick of time, but her reunion is cut short when her mother hands her a note and she learns that her family was used as bait to lure her here. When a clue that America finds in security footage from her father's bodega leads her to Indigo Lane's arcade, she doesn't hesitate to go investigate. She knows whoever targeted her family is still out there and could come back. America heads inside to check out the arcade but gets an eerie feeling that she's being watched. After stalking her from the shadows, a hooded figure makes themselves known. America, still fueled with rage and not one to be messed with, confronts this mysterious person, but the person bounces. America gives chase as the person all of a sudden takes off into the sky. America stays right on their heels and follows them to a remote island and right into their trap. America slowly begins to regain consciousness only to find herself tied down as a hooded figure stares over her. her captor removes their hood and reveals herself to be none other than America's long-lost sister, Katalina. Katalina tells America the island she's led her to is the real Utopian Parallel. She says that this is where they grew up together and that their mothers were actually doctors here looking for a cure for Edge's syndrome, a genetic illness linked to female chromosomes that both America and Katalina suffered from, and the reason both of their powers had begun to fail them. Their moms reluctantly experimented on young girls diagnosed with Edges by exposing them to the energies from a pocket dimension. The process was a success and also gave the girls a bevy of powers. When Amalia and Elena learned that their employer wanted to exploit the process and the girls, they tried to free them, but ultimately sacrificed themselves to destroy the facility and save America and Katalina. Before America and Katalina could escape, Katalina is caught as America dives through one of her portals. Katalina criticizes America for making up her fantastical backstory due to not being able to cope with the truth when she was younger. Now, knowing the true origin of her powers and realizing her sister has restarted this Project Starling, she frees the girls and destroys the facility, but during the confrontation, Katalina accidentally falls into one of America's portals, subsequently lost to the multiverse. Now you're thinking, so when does she actually become Cap? Don't worry, this wasn't clickbait, I promise. I just figured her backstory would give you guys a little insight to who she is. It's in the pages of the all-new Hawkeye, issue number 3, where we see a possible future in which she takes up the mantle of Cap. The story jumps from the present to the future, and in the present, America consoles Kate about her fallout with Clint Barton, which is due to Kate and Clint's mission to save 3 inhuman kids going sideways, which ends up putting the kids in S.H.I.E.L.D.'s hands to be used as weapons of destruction. Now we jump 30 years into the future, and Kate and Clint team up to take down S.H.I.E.L.D. with some help from America, who's taken up the mantle of Cap. It's not explained exactly when she became Cap, or even what happened to Steve Rogers, but it's a fitting trajectory for her character, though little is known about her time as Cap. With the help of America, Kate and Clint are able to take down S.H.I.E.L.D., or at least this branch of S.H.I.E.L.D., but unfortunately, not all the Inhuman kids survive this rescue mission. So, what do you think? Are you excited for her on-screen debut in Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness? And which way do you think they'll take her origin? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you for kicking it here on All Caps, and remember, when it comes to breaking down the mantle of Cap, I can do this all day. And for more Marvel Comics videos, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the flip side.